Hello, my name is Chris and this is the 2019 Honda Clarity. As most people who work hard do not enjoy public transportation, the car industry is catering to the CO2 emissions crowd with battery-powered cars that, in this province of Quebec, are powered by hydroelectricity. The idea being the money stays here. In the real world, the battery packs are not yet mainstream in pricing. Battery innovation is difficult and expensive. Despite the billions we have collectively invested in research, fossil fuels are far more cheaper and convenient. The plug-in hybrid appears to be a stopgap solution until the planet invents cheaper batteries. The Clarity specs are very compelling. A 17 kilowatt-hour battery is big enough to receive the hyper-generous $8,000 Quebec rebate. The resulting 76 kilometers of electric range that covers most of people's daily commute is awesome. And to eliminate range anxiety and unnecessary delays at charging stations, the gas engine kicks in. Brilliant. Thank you, Chevrolet, for that engineering idea. Clarity looks horrible, no question, and looks matter when selling a $45,000 car with very high finance interest rates. The rear half of the car is a disaster in terms of aesthetics. At least the design is aerodynamic and cuts through the wind. A few engineering notes which I don't normally do on this channel. 1. The engine uses port injection, which avoids carbon buildup on the intake valves and ensures smooth long-term operation, unlike direct injection. Lighter weight materials were used, such as lighter pistons. The chassis was built with expensive lightweight steel and there is aluminum everywhere. That is costly. Chain-driven cams are designed to last the life of the car. Not bad. There is a dual-bed catalytic converter for lower emissions quicker, as one of the converters is right up next to the engine, allowing the converter to achieve quicker operating temperature. The battery pack, located beneath the passenger floor, is water-cooled to reduce overheating. Apart from oil and filter changes, Clarity requires no engine maintenance for the first 160,000 kilometers. The dash will let you know when to change the oil and is owner resettable. You are not a prisoner of the Honda dealer. The rear suspension bushings are liquid filled to reduce noise and vibration. A quiet, refined ride is the notable achievement. Even the windshield wiper fluid ejector is improved to increase cleaning efficiency with less liquid and factors in exterior temperature and speed. This is obviously a thoughtful Honda engineering product. On the inside, the green thing continues with biofiber fabric. More importantly, there is a lot of room and some of the materials are actually of decent quality in appearance and feel. Of note, there are multiple nerdy drive modes. The HV mode, or hybrid vehicle mode, preserves electricity and runs mostly on gas. I guess it is for those who have a mix of highway and city commute. You activate the HV mode on the highway using mostly gas, and then deactivate HV mode in the city to maximize battery usage. Gas engines do way better on the highway than in the city. Very clever. The base model comes with a 180 watt sound system, 8-inch screen, Android and Apple CarPlay, dual zone climate control, heated front seats, remote pre-AC for the nerds, electric safety, and adaptive cruise. The Touring comes with leather seats and steering wheel, and a few other things you don't really need, such as Sirius, Honda Link, Home Link, and Nav. No upgraded sound system, an overpriced upgrade in my opinion. The engine specs are a 1.5 liter engine when combined with the electric motor make 181 horsepower and 212 pounds of torque. I feel it's plenty, and on gas only it does 5.3 liters in the city and 5.9 liters on the highway. Stage 1 charging on the regular wall inlet takes 12 hours, and stage 2 charging, which is the 240 volt outlet, requires 2.5 hours. No stage 3 charging is available, completely normal for this type of vehicle. An eCVT is the only transmission available. The upgrade trim, I find, is disappointing. The exterior styling is pathetic, and Clarity is understandably expensive, but everything else is pretty much perfect. A worthy competitor to the excellent Chevrolet Volt, which lacks the interior space and Honda's reputation for long-term reliability. Here are my brief thoughts on the road. Hello car lovers, driving the 2019 Honda Clarity a plug-in hybrid, a bit of a premiere. Ross got the hot car, so today that's what I'm reviewing. A little bit more technical than usual. The voiceover that you just heard to cover the main technical features, I thought it was kind of interesting. What's it like on the road, this car? I'm going to compare mostly to the Chevrolet Volt because that's its direct competitor. And what are the trade-offs? Because these are two very competent companies fighting for your money, and they went for different approaches. So let's start with how it drives, how it feels. Much more spacious in here, much more comfortable. The suspension is very forgiving. There isn't a lot of noise. There's a high level ride quality here for a comfort car. Very good. Lots of space here, lots of room. The materials here are of decent quality. I don't think it quite feels like $45,000 with a very high interest rate for finance. However, it's not distracting. No rattles, no sounds, no clicks anywhere. The steering wheel is very nice. The controls for the steering wheel feel very Honda Civic 2012. I had an ex-girlfriend who had that car and it feels exactly the same. So is this touchscreen here. It comes off the 2016 Honda Civic. No volume knob, a bit low level. The rest of the controls are very nice, feel very price appropriate. Very low road noise. I went on the highway with it before. It was very quiet. You can easily do road trips with this car. The main differences with the Chevrolet Bolt, I would have to say the Bolt is much smaller. It's much more confined inside, especially for the rear passengers. In the front, it's not too bad. I would say that perhaps the interior design is a little bit more fashion forward for the Volt, though that is arguable. I much prefer the exterior styling and the hatchback of the Volt versus this car. This car is probably the ugliest car on the market, in large part to the back 50% with the body work that covers the rear wheel. It really looks ugly. You think it's ugly in picture, but in person it's a disaster. So happily, a Quebec journalist said, once you're inside, you don't see it anymore. And that's very true. I'm driving around here. I have 76 kilometers of full electric mode. Wonderful, wonderful. I live in the city. This car would mean a zero gas cost for me, or nearly zero gas cost. If I go up north to Saint-Sauveur, Mont-Tremblant, if I go in the eastern townships, well, that's not a problem. The gas engine starts up and I have no range anxiety. Really nice for the peace of mind. Those full electric cars, you're always thinking, you're always on the app looking for an electric charging station. You know, it really, it's not convenient. I think this model is the stopgap measure until we find a better battery. $45,000, you don't get the big sound system. Unfortunately, with the touring model, that is lacking. Ross makes the remark, you don't get the heated steering wheel. That would be nice for our winters. But apart from that, this vehicle is excellent. Excellent vehicle in terms of just when you're sitting in it and driving in it, it is wonderful. So highly recommendable according to me. And by the way, if you like this video, well, why don't you subscribe, duh? And you can also like it, comment, and also I come out with 2 to 3 videos a month, and it helps you in your purchase. Or maybe if you just like cars and you like watching videos about cars, I put a decent effort in trying to make them listenable. And that is it.